Hey everyone, this is Raul from the Dude Media, and I recently upgraded from the A6400 to the brand new Sony full frame A7IV, and here's why. One of the main reasons why I upgraded to the A7IV is because I love bokeh, and the A7IV has a full frame sensor. What that means is that the sensor's larger and it can bring in more light and more information. And it's just the king at getting that creamy, blurry background that everybody loves. I've worked with the A6400 since it launched, and to be honest, I love this camera. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just in the back of my mind, it was always just kind of a B cam, and eventually one day I wanted to get an A cam. But in all honesty, this thing is amazing, and I highly recommend it if you're just getting into videography or content creation. It truly is awesome. The A7IV's body is actually significantly bigger than the A6400, and although like most people are wanting to downsize, I actually kind of started backwards. I actually started with the smaller compact size camera, and now I kind of want to work my way up. But one of the main reasons why I opted for the larger size camera, it's kind of funny, but when I had the A6400, a lot of times I would show up to the shoots and a lot of my clients would feel kind of underwhelmed, like, wow, that's your camera, that's it? And they didn't really understand that it's really about the internals and the picture quality and things like that. And that's kind of the way things are moving. It's more compact with more quality. So a lot of times I was being very underestimated, which isn't really necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of a thing that I always had. So since then, it's just been a lot better to show up with a larger, more professional size camera. So there are so many little features on the A7IV that I just love. One of them being the full HDMI port. It's not the end of the world to have a mini HDMI, but to have just like one HDMI cable with you with no adapters, no dongles, it's the best. So I can plug this up to almost any monitor that's there. Yeah, one of the biggest inconveniences about the A6400 is that there's no way to monitor audio. So there's definitely some workarounds. It's just really nice to be able to plug up your headphones and actually listen to what's being recorded rather than just monitoring the audio signals. Because I mean, even though that's technically what you need to see anyways, it's just nice to be able to hear it. So one of the best features of the A7IV is actually kind of a small one, but it's the Flipout Screen. Can't tell you how amazing it is to have the screen actually flip out to the side rather than flip up. A lot of the times, even if I'm not vlogging, on my A6400, I always have my DD mic on top, and it just, every time I wanted to vlog, it blocks the screen. So it's just something really kind of annoying. And to be honest, a lot of times, even if I'm not vlogging, I actually use this microphone as backup audio because I really couldn't monitor the audio anyways. So what I would do is I have my H6 on the side, and that's where I get my main audio from. But I also will record with my DD, it depends on the situation, but I record my DD mic just to get some backup audio, because you just never know. It was just really annoying because every time I would record with this, I can't see anything. That is something that's just a great feature on the A7IV. So lastly, the USB-C. It's a game changer. Now, all you have to do is connect the USB-C to your computer, and your computer will read it as a webcam. I used to use the Elgato Cam Link. That thing was $130. And then I used to have a dongle also for the HDMI. So it was just dongle, HDMI, Elgato Cam Link to the computer, and it was just so frustrating. So it's really awesome to be able to just connect one cable to the computer, especially nowadays that Zoom and everyone's live streaming now. So it's so much on demand. It's just so nice to have one cable to do that. So a quick side note, it also charges as you're streaming, so it doesn't get much better than that. All right, enough with the pros. Let's move on to the cons. This is not a perfect camera by any means. It's probably the closest to perfect that I've used. One of the cons is just there's so many buttons that you can customize, which I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying that because by design, it's meant to make your life easier. But I just feel like a lot of the buttons aren't marked, so it's kind of hard to tell what's what. But I guess it's just gonna take time for me to memorize all those. But it can feel overwhelming at times, and I just like to keep things simple. I have more of a focus on creating content, and less of a focus on the technical aspect of it. I just want things to be simple so I can hit record and focus on the content that we're recording. Another con, it's kind of ironic because I just talked about how cool it is earlier in the video, but I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword. The A7 IV is very heavy. It's a very bulky, chunky body. I know I was just praising it a little while ago, but it's also a con because it is kind of hard to lug around, especially with the G Master lenses. It definitely is something to consider because it is kind of hard to take around with you all the time. Definitely the A6400 is very light and compact and is much easier to carry around, which is the reason why I got it in the first place. Okay, cool. Well, that is why I upgraded from the A6400 to the A7 IV. Well, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. I'm new to YouTube and would really greatly appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And if you're thinking about upgrading anytime soon and have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, if you like this video and want to watch more, check out my vlogs that'll pop up somewhere in this area, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.